Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Kelvin here. So recently, US has announced that the inflation rate has risen to 7% in December. And people are always scared of inflation because whenever inflation goes super high, there's a good chance of a recession happening. And why is recession a scary thing? Because in a recession, there will be unemployment everywhere. Maybe you're not worried about unemployment because you are a smart guy or girl who can find jobs easily. But here's the other thing. During recessions, the market will usually be red and it will be not stocks anymore, which means you won't what big. Scary, huh? So in this video, I want to explain what's inflation, what causes it, whether this current inflation will continue to go up or not. Finally, I will tell you what you should do to prepare yourself. But before I start, I would greatly appreciate it if you can inflation the like button because it will help out with the channel. In return, I will show you a cat lying in ducks. Alright, let's start right now. So I'm sure almost everyone have heard of inflation. But just in case you have not, welcome to the adult world. Basically, inflation is just rate of increase in price. So simple. Like sometimes you hear your parents say, "Apoy ah, last time mee siam my ham 10 cents only, now it's $3. So expensive ah." That's inflation. Or sometimes you hear taxi uncle say, "Uncle ah, last time Limpei buy HDB 50k nia, now 400k. Aiya." This one also inflation. Now, the most common method of measuring inflation is by using something called Consumer Price Index or CPI. Basically, it just measures the change in price. So if price goes from $1 to $1.05, that's 5% inflation. Or if price goes from $1 to $1.10, that's 10% inflation. Or if price goes up by 63 million%, that's not inflation, that's Shiba Inu. So when the news reported that inflation has went up to 7%, it's just saying that the average price of everything has went up by 7% in 1 year. The official report is over 38 pages long of sibei complicated words and numbers. So I won't show you that because it's super boring. I will just show you this article by adversarial perspectives. If you look at the breakdown, the CPI measures a few things, stuff like food, housing, clothes, transport, and so on. And if you look at this graph, you can see that over the years, medical care has been going up the fastest, while apparel is sibei flat. But the line that stands out the most is transportation, where it went up super fast over the past few years. Why? Because the price of gasoline has went up. If we also put in the price of energy in the chart, you can see that whenever energy price goes up, transportation will also go up, like in 2008, 2009, 2015, and 2021. So that's inflation. Okay, yeah? Now, here's the thing, inflation is not always a bad thing. Like when Singapore reported the inflation numbers, there's always that one guy who complains about his salary. Like this guy, "My salary has been frozen for the last 2 years." Or this guy, "Did our salaries increase by at least 3.2%? Here's the thing, a bit of inflation is actually a good thing because it's good for the economy. The most simple reason is that when consumers expect the price to go up, they will spend now, which will boost economic growth. But let's say there's no inflation, people will spend lesser and the economy will become stagnant. That's what happened to Japan. If you look at Japan's inflation rate, since the 1980s, the inflation has always been below 5%, and sometimes even going below 0. You can see the effect of this in the stock market. Since 1980s, it has been trading sideways all the way until now. But too much inflation is actually bad also. If inflation is too high, it will cause recession. Check this out, this line is the inflation rate, and these grey areas are the recession indicator. In the 1920s, when the inflation was like 15%, there was a recession. 1940s, inflation at 13%, recession. 1948, 20% inflation, recession. 1970s, 15% inflation, recession also. Think of it like eating cai fan. You eat a bit, still okay. But if you eat cai fan every single meal, you will get a ton of oil, salt, and carbs. Later your health GG, then you know. That's why the US always aims to keep inflation around 2%. It's not too high, not too low, just nice. The most common method to affect inflation is by controlling interest rates. In very simple terms, when interest rates go down, people and businesses will be able to borrow money to spend, prices will go up faster, causing inflation. On the other hand, when interest rates go up, people will borrow lesser money to spend, prices will go down, causing deflation. You can see in this graph, the blue line is the interest rate, red line is inflation. Around 1975, inflation was going up. Then US raised the interest rate and the inflation went back down. In 1980, interest rate going up, raised interest rate, inflation went back down. Ever since then, they have been adjusting interest rates here and there to try to keep interest rates around 2% all the way until now. So what caused this inflation? Why did it suddenly go up to 7%? There are a few reasons, but a lot of it was caused by, you guessed it, our old friend, the pandemic. Oh, he has a new partner now. So the first reason is caused by higher demand. This is because people have been locked up for so long, and right now they have saved up a lot of money and also received extra money from the governments. And what do you do when you have a lot of money? You go shopping, like buying handbags and travel around. All of this just leads to price increase, aka inflation. Second was due to supply chain disruption. So because of all these lockdowns, there's lower consumer demand and reduced industrial activity. But when the lockdown ended, demand went back up. But when lockdowns ended, demand went back up. Manufacturers and distributors were unable to keep up with the demand due to reasons like worker shortages, lack of key components and raw materials. All of this leads to price increase. And unfortunately, this issue is only expected to go away in 2023. Third, labor costs. During this whole pandemic thing, people feel more burnt out and are also looking for better jobs elsewhere. This led to something called the Great Resignation. Companies had a lot of job openings, but they weren't able to hire enough people. So to fix this, they have to raise the pay to attract employees. And when you raise the pay, where the extra cost goes to? Yep, it gets passed out to consumers. Companies have to increase the price of their goods and services. That's why you see stuff like the Dollar Tree, where everything costs $1, suddenly raise the price to $1.25. So here's the important question. Will inflation continue going up? Many people think that high inflation will be around for a while. Like this guy expects inflation will be around in 2022 and will only start to go down around 2023 when supply chain issues recover. Or this guy thinks that the increase in money supply will cause higher inflation in the next few years. Or our Katie Wood feels that innovation like AI and robotics will increase productivity and will lower prices over the long term. Also, analysts are predicting that the Fed will start increasing interest rates a few times this year, which will help to lower inflation. So we can expect that high inflation will be around for a while. Here's what you can do. First, start investing. If you're not investing yet, start investing immediately. There are some people who say, I don't want to invest, later I lose money. Then they use the money, go buy Singapore pool. They'll be like, you won't lose money if you do have money. By not investing, you will confirm plus lose money due to inflation. So start investing now. As to what you can invest in, this leads me to my next point. Second, invest in good investments. When interest rates are low, most stocks will go to the moon. Like you have those GameStop and AMC giving super high returns in 2021. But now, people have less money to play with, so you won't see these kind of things happening a lot this year. Instead, I would expect only stocks that are fundamentally good to go up. The other stocks? Not so much. So in 2022, stop investing like an ape and focus on good companies that are actually earning money. If you want some stock tips, Warren Buffett got a stock tip for you. He once said that you should avoid any business with heavy capital investment. Basically, look for companies which gives very high return on initial capital. And what kind of company is that? Check this out. This is the weighted average return on initial capital by sector. One line stands out very clearly, and that is technology. So, tech companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft will do well during this period. Besides that, companies that provide subscriptions as a service will also do well, like Adobe, Autodesk, Salesforce. So, that's some stock tips for you. Finally, here's one non-investment related advice. Look for better jobs. Don't be like this guy and just complain that his salary is stagnant. The Great Resignation is also happening in Singapore. You can see that job vacancy has increased recently. This means it's even easier to find job than ever. So step out of your comfort zone, find a better paying job, and gain new experience along the way, which will eventually lead to even higher pay in the future. All in all, high inflation will be around for a while and it will affect all of us. So better start preparing for it. Anyway, that's all for today. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.